Hi, and welcome to our Monday morning Qigong class. And this class is going to be focused a lot on water. Um, I'm reading this lovely book. It's called The Tao of Flow, A Journey to Discover the Ancient Wisdom of Water by Jin Young Lim. And, we all have heard Bruce Lee quote, famous quote, be like water, be shapeless, be formless, be more like water. What does all that mean? Going with the flow. And I like how it starts off here in this book. It's like there's three principles in life that can relate to the quality of water. And the Chinese word is song. Alice recently sent me something about song, the state of embodying water. So we're going to see what it feels like to be super fluid. And then the way of flowing water. So there's no resistance. If there's an obstacle, we can go around it. The art of regulating water. Now that is the biggie here, that regulating water, controlling water. You think of nature and humans. There's a famous, um, someone very famous in China. His name is not Master Wu. Sorry, let me get it. Yu the Great. There was a region in China where there was floods and torrential rains, and then they didn't have a way of capturing the water or controlling the water. And this man studied geography, and he created aqueducts and irrigation systems. And so the outer regions of away from the center of the water could also be nourished by the water. And so I was thinking, how would that mean? So if we're cultivating kindness, compassion, forgiveness, we can spread that into our own world and regulate. And also, regulating means our own emotions, our bodies, keeping ourselves healthy. So I just like the whole idea of water. And as I read this book, I'll get more into it. I'll share some more. But today, our official reading, The Tao of Joy Every Day by Derek Lin, this one is called The Watercourse. So I invite you to close your eyes, take a slow, deep breath. Imagine your ears relaxing and opening. Imagine the mind becoming softer. Relax your whole face and sense your body starting to soften as well. We're getting ready to receive. When sages speak of being the watercourse of the world, the poetic imagery is the place where streams flow together to form a larger river. Thus, the watercourse is a convergent point, a gathering place where people come together to create something positive. Being the watercourse requires mastery of yin and yang. A master of the yin principle has the ability to touch people, to communicate with them and understand them. This is the power of diplomacy, tact, social graces, courtesy, and kindness. A master of the yang principle has the ability to galvanize people, to get them moving and to motivate them. This is the power of dynamism, achievement, action orientation, and leadership. When you bring together the yin and yang in perfect balance, you become one with the imagery of the watercourse. You create the convergent point, which can be your family, your circle of friends, work, or community. It brings people together, and as they interact with one another in the spirit of harmony, a river of the Tao will emerge. And then the Tao today. The river of the watercourse is a powerful flow of creative energies. It can be a family that is full of warmth and laughter, a team that functions like a well-oiled machine, or a company where people love what they do. Whatever the river may be in your case, you have the unique privilege to initiate it and witness its flow across the landscape, bringing its benefits to everyone it encounters. I love that. And take a slow, deep breath. Begin to feel the seat or or your feet if you're standing, and even if you're sitting, feeling your feet, feeling the seat if you're seated, feeling your spine. Tuck your chin slightly and take a slow, deep breath. And as you exhale, feel your body softening. We have 70% fluid in our body, much like the same proportion of fluid on Earth. Let's smile to the byway point at the crown of the head and soften and invite the yang, the energy of galvanizing and activity, bringing people together. And then wiggle your toes and imagine the arches opening as we connect to the yin, the kind, the compassion, the nurturing, and the listening. And when these two forces meet at the heart, it makes us the best people we can be. Take a slow, deep breath. Imagine the yin and yang forming the yin-yang symbol, the Tai Chi symbol, in your heart. And breathe it in deeply. Lengthening the spine again, tucking the chin. Let's take a slow, deep breath, breathing into the belly first. Letting the air rise up into the chest. Let it flow into your shoulders and down your arms. And then with the exhale, imagine the air flowing into your core and into your lower limbs and feet. Now let's smile to our third eye as that opens. Oh, so grateful for intuition. Thank your intuition. Sometimes I even take my fingers and try to open the third eye a little bit more, just imagining and taking a deep breath as more light comes into my mind. And think about your spirit for a moment. Is your intuition your spirit? Spirit resides in all of us, and it's all around us. We're surrounded by it. The spirit of all things. Feel your skin soften and know that you are connected to all beings in this world, and we are all connected together. And when you're ready, start a gentle sway. And we're going to stand up. Or if you want to stay seated, that's fine. I'm going to stand up here. And let's begin by rocking from one side to the other. You may notice that I'm kind of lifting my feet. And now I'm going to place my heels down and come into tree pose. Notice what happens. All of you here are experienced practitioners of Qigong. And I invite you to notice the feelings, the sensations. I also invite you to notice your thoughts. Is this like coming home? Sense yourself sinking from the waist. Soften your belly. Soften your buttocks. Toes forward, knees slightly bent. Roots deep. Sensing the sky above you as if it was a magnet drawing you upwards. Or if you were a young flower reaching up towards the sun. Connecting to the life force given to us from the sun. The ever-changing moon. And the boundless energy of our universe. Take a deep breath. And then allow the arms to slowly sink down. You know what? I'm going to move back just a little bit. Be in the poppy field with the bees. So much fun. Oh, hard to see my feet. That's all right. I'm not going to move my feet for now. And then let's inhale and drop the arms behind. And exhale. We're going to practice some ocean breathing today. So the imagery is that you're in front of the ocean, or maybe you're part of the ocean. With the inhale, I like to imagine drawing water through my body, cleansing me. And with the exhale, I like to draw out impurities. And I release it out to the horizon. We're going to slow the breath, cleansing, nourishing. And with the exhale, releasing. Feel free to go faster or slower than me, but slower is better. And think about what you can release. If you have emotions, illnesses, taking care of ourselves first. You can bring more of your body into this by bending the knees, heart to the earth, dropping the chin, looking down. And then letting the heart rise to the sky, looking up. A little bit of arching and folding. Waking up the fluids in our spine. And if you haven't yet already, add a little pause at the bottom of your exhale and maybe count to 3. Slowly breathe in. At the top, when you're full, count to 3. Moving through the air like it's water. Maybe it gets a little thicker as it comes into your body, moving through your tissues and bones and muscles. And feel like you're drawing out. Slow, deep breathing, so good for us. Breathing and moving with intention is even better. And as you do this, you're looking at the yin as you exhale. You're receiving from the earth kindness, compassion, wisdom. And then you're receiving from the sky, the yang, galvanizing forces, the bringing people together, the activity. The gentle waves coming onto the beach. Is there a pattern in the water? There might be a chaotic pattern, but a pattern nonetheless. The receiving, the releasing, the coming in, the going out, constant flow, constant change. Let's do 3 more. Make them even slower and longer. And for our last 2, let's share this balance of yin and yang that we're cultivating today with the water. And let's let it flow into the world. So the intention changes. Let's a wave of peace, happiness, and love. You can bring it right back into yourself and send it out to our fellow classmates and their families that aren't with us today. Healing energy. How powerful our mind is. And then we're going to change it. Slowly moving through the water. Let the fingertips feel heavy as they point down to the earth. And slowly we lift the energy up from the earth, the yang, or the yin energy. And bathe yourself nice and slowly, gently, with compassion for your body, for your emotions. Let's reach behind, inhale, and exhale. Inhale, feel it, yin rising through you, and then flowing back to the earth. Nice and easy. I like to breathe in when my hands get to the heart. And then I sink and soften even more. Inhale, beyond your body, maybe reaching into your past and letting go of old angers or grudges. What's keeping you stuck? Today's a new day. Receive. Feel your body softening. We're going to do 2 more. Let go of infirmities that have slowed you down, any resistance. Imagine the best of yourself. One more. And let yourself linger. Let yourself drift. Have a little opening between your arms and your core. Notice your fingertips. Scan your body and see where you can soften. Smile to yourself. Slow, deep breath. And then begin to shake a little bit. Just shake any water. We've been bathing ourselves. Waves of healing chi. As we shake, maybe it's getting to the places where it needs to go. I like to shake my head. Do gentle. It doesn't have to be too vigorous. Maybe it needs to go in the neck and shoulders, elbows and wrists, hips, knees feel good, ankles, and very nice. Let's go right into swimming in the sea of chi. So this is us moving through life. And I like to imagine I'm on my back in the water and I'm doing the backstroke. So coordinating with the breath. Inhale up to the sky, the sun, and then let your arm go back into the water. And just like life, sometimes the movement is effortless. But then we need a little bit more effort as we come through the water. As you watch your hand, it involves a little twist in the neck, the spine. I like to imagine there's not even a ripple. Nice and easy, not splashing as we touch the water. Reach beyond your fingers, stretch. Isn't it nice to not be in a hurry? Let's do 2 more each side. Water is yin, soft. It doesn't force, it flows. It goes beyond, or it doesn't go through things and push. It finds other ways. Now, the Kwan Yin is the goddess of compassion. Let's bring the arm over to one side and open. And this, we're transitioning into the Kwan Yin painting rainbows. So the imagery is colors flowing from your fingers and thumbs. She's spreading her compassion using water, the rain, and the sun, the yang. That's when we see rainbows. And now you get to make your own movement. As we go into spontaneous movement, this is a nice opportunity to stretch. Think about the rainbows you're creating. Take a slow, deep breath. I like to imagine rainbows over me, double rainbow with my hands. And then let's make a vortex, a spiral, so you can do whatever makes sense to you. Spiraling the arms, surrounding yourself with the healing colors of the rainbow. In Chinese medicine, the blue of the water is for the kidneys, the bladder. Imagine the kidneys blue, the bladder blue, water flushing. And the kidneys control all of the water in our body. The lots of blue in your rainbow. And then think about the green in the rainbow for the liver, reminding us to be flexible, kind. The water reminds us to be fearless. And then the red is for the heart and large intestine. Take a deep breath. So I imagine I'm in a cocoon of color right now. The yellow is for the spleen. Deep breath, bringing in clarity and peace of mind. And of course, the sparkly white energy, that's for the lungs, small intestine, healthy organs. And then wherever you are, let's embrace tiger and open, part the sky, and palms are up into sage, standing sage, heart to the sky. Now let's imagine we're holding the ends of our rainbow. You are in the center. Make any adjustment that feels good. Take a deep breath. Stretch your palms open to receive the healing energy of the rainbow. Fingertips alive, also receiving. And then let's take one arm and we're going to compress. And we're going to make a kind of a rainbow ball. And we show it to one side of the world. Let's open again. Inhale. And let's compress. This is a nice stretch for our shoulder blades. Inhale, rainbow. And exhale, up and over. Again, inhale and hold. It's actually a version of swimming dragon. And then we're going to compress the rainbow into the healing ball right over our heads. So it can be iridescent colors, all the colors of your rainbow. And I like to close my eyes, but you can keep it open. I'm just going to bathe myself as I invite the rainbow healing ball to come into my mind. Imagine colors inside your body and let it come through your neck and shoulders. Feel your body soften as the healing colors do their magic, going right where they need to go. And then a little bit more spontaneous movement. And good, let's shake it off. Let's come to Wuji for a moment. Imagine a golden thread pulling the crown of your head up. Feel your neck. Drop your shoulders. Soften your belly. Relax the pelvic floor. Can you see all the colors inside of your body still? Take a slow, deep breath. Exhale. Let the energy float out to your skin and beyond. And then smile at your bright mind. And let's bring this healing energy with our hands right into our lower dantian. Bring the hands to your kidneys. And then look up a little bit. We're going to do a little bit of elephant related to water. Elephants are great swimmers, and they drink a lot of water. So as I do this, I'm squeezing my shoulder blades together, my elbows together, gazing upwards. I imagine my elephant trunk reaching to the sky. And then bring your arms in front of you, bend the knees slightly, and bring your fingertips towards the knees. And feel your back widen. Tuck your tail, tuck your chin. With the inhale, bring the hands back to the kidneys. This nice, easy arching and folding. You can press, you can go as much as you like. If you really want to go back, that's fine with me. Just take care, don't fall over backwards. See what feels good for your body. And then let's come forward again. Widen, drop the chin, tuck your tail. Breathe in the strength of the elephant. And then let's do it one more time. Gazing upwards, trumpeting to the world. We're here, we're powerful, we're compassionate animals. And then into the forward bend. And this time we get to drop down. Give your hamstrings a little stretch, your glutes. Begin to wave your trunk side to side. I'm going to come up a little bit because I don't want to hurt the poppies. Well, I could step out of the poppy world. And then relax your hands. Enjoy the stretch, crown of your head to the floor or the earth. And imagine we're all together at the watering hole of optimal health. Taking slow, deep breaths as we imagine we're ingesting the water. And then let's slowly come up. And I like to have my hands in my palms guiding the water through my legs. I like a geyser, doing a big flush. And as my trunk or my fingers come to my mouth, I swallow the water. And I reach up and I open, and let's blow out through the mouth. Let's imagine a gentle rain. And so we cleanse our skin, our mind, our muscles, our bones. We're going to go down and take another drink of water. Very slowly, allowing stress and tension to flow down and out. Give it to the earth. Let's stay here for 2 more slow, deep breaths. And as we start to draw the water up, we're controlling it. We're letting it go to wherever it needs to go in our body. Make a ball of saliva. Swallow. With the exhale, blow out. And gather the rain. And let it permeate. The water flow through you. So happy to be with the water in your body. Refreshes, rejuvenates. Rain from above and below. Or water above and below. 3 breaths. And thank your legs and your muscles. And then let's, last time, bathing bones, bathing organs, muscles, tendons, ligaments, joints. Swallow as you get to your mouth. Inhale, look up. Exhale. And then let's gather the rain again. And a little gentle rain. I like to wiggle my fingers. It's just kind of fun. Rain. Isn't it fun to be out in a little gentle rain? And then stand for a moment, close your eyes. Imagine the sun's come out. It's drying the water off your skin. Your skin's also absorbing it. And then we do a little shake, shaking off the excess. I'm going to, sorry about this, I'm going to shift my screen. See a different part of the garden. It's big. Oh no, sorry. There we go. Okay. Oh, it's crooked. Maybe that's better. I need more space. I don't want to, the poppies are too much fun right now. Let's come back to Wuji. Relax. Thank you, elephant energy. And then let's begin a gentle sway. No resistance. So water comes in different forms. There's ice, there's steam, and I wanted to play with the ice for a moment. It was cold. And let's make another circle with our hands for a moment, our arms. I like to imagine I'm holding a frozen lake. It's deep. Relax your body. So water is trapped by the land in a frozen lake. Not a lot of movement. But when spring comes, things begin to thaw out. And we humans have to be very careful. Let's take a deep breath, allow the arms to float down. And there's something in Tai Chi called walking on ice. So we're going to just do a little walking, and very carefully we land as if we're testing the ice. So you float your knee up, sort of like walking on clouds, but the emphasis is more on the landing. Okay, yeah, it's okay. I'm not going to fall into the ice. So we pick up a foot, you can float the opposite, and then I start with my toe, then the ball, the arch, the heel. Inhale up, walking on ice. So a lot more emphasis on sensations in the feet, the awareness of the ground, your weight. Where is it? Let's do 3 more each side. This is balance today, but also awareness of every step. Coordinate with your breath. Last one each side. Let's come back to holding the frozen lake. Let your roots go really deep. It's interesting, water freezes at the top and then it goes down. Maybe at the bottom, so like there is movement. And then there's becomes more movement in the springtime. So allow a little movement as if you're a little creek or a little spring. And water always flows down. So there's a lot of down feeling, weighted, grounded. And then we become the watercourse as we meet together. Our creeks form a stream or a river. And again, this is a little more spontaneous movement as we maybe go one way or the other way, or then all of a sudden we're in a vortex. We get spun around, and then maybe the other way. So little circles. And let yourself tumble. Water tumbling over the rocks, moving through the rocks. And maybe occasionally, I like to imagine as I do this, there might be a drop, a waterfall, forward bend, and then coming to stillness sometimes. Watching water, so much fun. So I invite you to become your river, your stream. Maybe it's full of rocks and bounces you around, full of turns. Deep breath. And then let's come to stillness again. How long does it take to find stillness. Soft body, soft mind. Let's lengthen the spine with a deep breath. Smile to yourself and your body. And breathe in a breath of gratitude for being able to be fluid in life, not just in your body, but with your emotions and thoughts. And then we're going to move into some swimming dragon, one of my favorites. Let's have both palms face one direction. And we're going to make two big circles. So we make the top circle up, and then we come through the center, which is our heart. And then we're going to make the bottom circle, bending the knees, and the back of the hands come through the heart. So as we reach out to the side, up and over, the palms are facing that away, pushing through the center. Or not pushing, it doesn't have to push. And then the back of the hands come through. So here we are, dragons, bringing in our immortal nature, our mystical, magical qualities. And the breath goes like this. We inhale up, and we hold the breath as we come through center. We exhale down, and we're empty as we come through center. Inhale, and hold. Exhale, and hold. This can be as big or as little as you like. The idea here is we are connecting to the yin, the Mother Earth, bringing it into the heart, connecting to the yang, the infinite universe, and bringing it into the heart. So we're blending yin and yang here. I also like this one as an example of force and flow. So let's think about it here. As the palms come through the heart, imagine we're pushing against the current. And as they come back through the heart the other way, there's a flow, like you're a cork on the water. Let's try that again. Inhale, hold the breath, and push. Exhale down. Allow yourself to flow. Let's do that one more time. I can really feel the difference. Effortless versus effort. Let's have the palms face the other way. We're going to do the opposite direction. I like this one. It's really nice for all of our joints. It's very simple. Is this the same way? Oh, no. I wanted it to go, shoot. I think we started that way. Yeah, here it is. Here it is. There we go. Okay. And then we hold the breath, push, exhale, be empty, flow. Let your whole body get into it. Let's see if we can change it a little bit. Inhale and flow. Exhale and force. Just for fun. The flow. And force. I don't think it feels as good, so I'm going to change it. Inhale and push through the water. Exhale and flow. Now let's do two more. Sense your tail moving behind you. It doesn't have to look like anything in particular. Letting the whole spine become involved. And I'm sorry, we're going to do one more. Watching your hands. And then allow yourself to go in spontaneous movement. Let's rub our hands together. One clap. And then let's begin to tap the heart. We're going to trace the meridians, a little pat down for our body, onto the neck and face. See if you can touch every part of your body, every part of your skin. Coming back to the top of the neck and the side of the neck, top of the shoulders, and then as high as you can, make your way down. And you can rub if that feels better. Around the toes, thank you feet, thank you legs, thank you knees, thank you core and all my organs. And then let's go under the arm, spread the palm wide, thank you hand and fingers, thank you wrist and elbow, shoulder, thank you side of the neck, ear, temple and third eye, ear, temple, temple, ear, neck, and then other side. Thank you, armpit. Deep breath. Thank you, fingers. Thank you, wrist, elbows, shoulders. And then give yourself a nice little rub. Anywhere that we might have missed, maybe over the shoulders. Rub your hands together. Get your thumb right into the Lao Gong. Pull on the fingers. Rubbing your hands is really easy for us. It's accessible, and you can do it when you watch TV or you're sitting, listening to something. But it's a microsystem of the whole body. So when we rub our hands, our whole body benefits. Our organs benefit. Different systems. Same with your ears. Ears are really easy to massage, super accessible. Even mainstream. I saw this somewhere online, and rubbing your ears is really good for you. So you didn't really go into why. She said she did mention acupressure points to her credit. That was good. Always good to rub ears. Face also, tapping. And good. Let's come back into a wuji. Realign, connect deeply into Mother Earth. Imagine your body, all the fluids flowing with vitality like a healthy river. Imagine your mind like a lake, calm and peaceful. One more deep breath. Lengthen. And allow the healing energies we've been cultivating with our hands and body and our minds to enter into your lower dantian. So there's a gentle pushing. Hands on the body, bring it up to your heart. Middle dantian. And then up to the head, upper dantian. And surround yourself with the healing energies today, the nourishing energies of water. And make your way to your seat, if you want. We're going to move into a meditation. I think this is part one of the water, because there's so much more. You think of water, it nourishes, it goes into places like muddy places that most people don't want to go, but lotus bloom there, and there's all sorts of animals and species that need that nourishment of water. So when you're at your seat, I invite you to close your eyes. And let's bring back the image of the lake. And let's have the lake in our belly. Imagine it's a round lake with white sand encircling the water. Beautiful trees. It's quiet, not a ripple, reflecting the blue sky. No clouds. And as you breathe imagine the water moving towards the center. So you could, in your mind, you see concentric circles forming and coming to the center of the lake. And with the exhale, this water, little waves move out to the shore again. With the inhale, we bring some of the water into the center of the lake, and maybe it bubbles up like a little geyser. But with the exhale, it goes back into the water, and the waves roll back onto a white sandy beach. And with each breath, the geyser in the middle gets a little taller, working its way up towards your middle dantian, where it was warmed by the heart fire. But then it goes back down into the lower dantian, and then out to the sides of the lake, where all is calm. Inhaling, imagine geyser into the heart, warming the water, and then let it drop back down, smoothing into the glass lake. Inhale, and as the water comes up into the heart, let it flow into the heart, warming the heart, warming the water, and then it flows back down. And then let the geyser grow. So it goes from the heart into the shoulders, neck, and into your head. And exhale, let it go down, smoothing it all out. As it hits the heart and goes into the head, it becomes more like steam, bathing the mind in a mist of warm water. And then exhale it all the way down. Let the waves go back out to the shore. Continue. The steam flows into the mind, and then it all goes back into the lake. Smile to your byway point, the crown. This time, allow the steam to leave your body, go up into the stars, and then let it flow back down. Again, up into the stars, and as it goes into space, it gets cold again, so there's this column. We're going to keep it here. We're not going to let it go back down into the lake, reaching the column up to the sky, up beyond our universe. Ice crystals. And take a deep breath. And then let the crystals dissolve. So it's like you're surrounded by starlight. I'm going to be quiet for a minute. And with your next breath, breathe in the entire universe, that quiet spaciousness. And then as you exhale, let it come down into your body again, through the mind, the heart, and into the belly, back to the lake. Take a deep breath. Little ripples come to the center. Little geyser. And with the exhale, smooth it all out and imagine going deeper down into your lake, where there's really very little movement at all. It is filled with starlight, the infinite potential of our universe, and your infinite potential. Water can be deep or shallow, muddy or clear. But for now, let's all imagine our water is clear and our souls are deep. And take another slow, deep breath. Coming back into your body, you can wiggle, fingers, toes, do a little sway. Imagine all the water in your body. You can imagine you're underwater, how that feels like, what that feels like. And however you get there, place your hands over your belly, lower dantian, and thank your body. What an amazing, amazing being. And then come up and smile to your thoughts and emotions. Wow, all that potential for creativity and compassion. And then hands up to the upper dantian, your spiritual nature. Today, we're like water. We're going to flow. And then surround yourself with the Watercourse way, being the best you can be, balanced yin and yang. And then bring your hands to your heart as you honor yourself with a little bow for doing a practice today. And thank you. I thank you for joining me. And I'll see you next time.